Sure. Born ready.
I do hope this works. How's my sound?
It's good.
Perfect. I'll go to YouTube. Hey, we are live.
We are
Nice.
church
Excellent. Hey, we
mouses.
are. Woohoo! Woohoo! Hi, Daniel. Daniel Gr.
By the way, do
Who's?
we see comments here? Oh, we
Yeah, I
do.
see chat. Do you see chat?
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool, 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 cool.
What's Sigma?
I think it's one of those
Excellent
things you have
research.
to Google.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things you don't want to Google. Um,
I Googled.
so, hello everyone. Long time no see. We have Daniel. We have Rs. We have Savage and Boater Mike. Hi, Mike. Hi, Angela. Eve Angela. uh, Jeka, did you meet Mike and Angela?
Well, I know of them
Okay.
from the comment section in Church Mouse Chronicles, but I didn't have the pleasure.
Hi, a Kovthov girl one, and it will become even less limited after you hang out with us. Uh,
Slavic Klaus. Okay,
yeah,
Slavic
yeah.
claws, but
No, no,
still,
no.
so
I'm
good.
Santa's little apprentice. I got the big belly and the red, but I still have to earn my hat.
Yeah, not so little, not so much apprentice. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. What you gonna do? Um, yeah. See, you met them, you oblivious fool. Hi, MP. Nice to have you here. Um, shall we start off with a little
Trying
prayer?
trying to
I
turn
say
off
a little
my.
prayer for you. Hmm?
Yeah, got it. Got it. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm not still not here. Yeah,
If
actually,
you don't know, guys, M is a flight controller, but he makes time to podcast too.
yeah, he is a time controller and makes flight to podcast too.
Yeah. Hi, kill time.
So
Um,
you said you're gonna start with a prayer. Go, go, go.
well, I do hope that anyone
No,
else
no,
will
I'll
pray
I'll
too.
partake. It's all good. I'll partake.
Is that somebody laughing in the background?
No,
Okay, I'm
there's
hearing things,
nobody in the
man. I'm
background.
hearing things. Okay. Okay. In the name of the Father and the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
King of heaven, comforter, the spirit of truth, who are everywhere present and fill us all things, treasury of all good things, and the giver of life, come and abide in us and cleanse us of our iniquities and save our souls, O most gracious Lord. Amen. I
Amen.
apologize. I did not. I'm not used to saying this prayer in English, so it's
Neither am I. I'm like
yeah, yeah.
listening to it and I'm like, no, I'll do the Serbian version instead. And I'm like
No, no, no.
doing it in
I
parallel.
should have went with the twice holy. It's easier.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll practice. This is what happens when you don't practice before you go on stage.
Yeah, well,
Um,
B, why are we live and what channel is this?
this is our newest channel, Church Mouse Illustrated Hands Rhythms.
Yes,
Dismemberment.
dismemberment.
Dismemberment. Uh, okay, guys, let us address the Pope in the room. Um, as I have mentioned previously, we are going to have some changes to the channel. First of all, I got a new mic, mic. Sorry, not you, Mike. This mic, object mic. I'm not objectifying. Stop it, one. Okay, so the biggest change is that this person here, yeah, M or Milos or Jeka or Jax or what have you, will be joining us as the permanent staff member of Bible Illustrated. Everybody give him a round of applause, everybody. Excellent.
No, nobody. Nobody.
That went like a charm.
Also,
uh,
also, M is a total idiot because he did totally meet Mike and his lovely wife, and I remembered where in the city center. But yeah, sorry about that.
uh, Actually, M is far better at remembering people. So,
Yeah, so it's a bit. Yeah, it is what it is. It happened. I did
okay,
an oopsie.
it's okay. I absolve you of all of your failures and
Wow,
embarrassment.
wow, wow, wow. I feel so absolved.
Like full disclosure, this does not absolve you from going to confession. I don't
Oh,
want any unpleasant surprises at all houses.
don't cancel confession
Like
tomorrow.
there's a little footnote that says not real confession, no sins absolved as such.
Fair
So
enough. So what if I'm joining the whatever is the name of the main channel, the big one? What happens with Church Mouse Chronicles?
first of all, don't call me big one. Don't call me big one. Okay, I'm very
Okay.
self-conscious. So, okay, Milos is, as we say here in Serbia, and I did not really notice this in actual Latin, spiritus movens of this channel, meaning that he was there in the shadows, in the dark. He did appear in a couple of videos, most notably the great Shazam of
Shazam.
1054, which is probably one of the best videos on the channel, if not the best. I do think it is one the best, not differences between Orthodox and Catholics, despite the views. And he was there when we needed the editing, when we needed a professional voice actor, not me. He was there with the ideas. He gave some such terrific ideas that kept this channel going. Because I'm all left brain side, like artsy, creative, disorganized, total chaos, while he's all of the right side, organized, taciturn, and so on, planned and everything. So ironically, his wife is also all creative and everything. So the Lord joined the two of them, in order so that both of them would be saved as one complete brain, whereas him being friends with me is his pure masochism and my sadism. Oh, by the way, we
Yeah.
will answer questions over time. Just the emphasis will be a bit more on the things we have to say. So you shut up, Em. You just keep talking.
Oh no, yeah. So the way I'm joining, I'm still gonna be totally in the back.
No, you won't. No, you won't. We will try. We will try to have equal shares of the company, with you having
Yeah, right, right.
49% of the shares and me having 51%.
So Daniel wrote, "Will M get the YouTube millions now as well?"
Yeah, there are no shares. There are probably millions in old Serbian dinars. So technically, at one point, we
Uh,
were all billionaires here in Serbia, thanks to inflation, hyperinflation, even.
yeah. So what's happening with Church Mouse Chronicles is, I think, something that we need to.
Yes. As regards to other channels, we will discontinue the Church Mouse Chronicles channels as it is now. We will continue recording Church Mouse Chronicles, but we will post them on this main channel. That channel will remain for posterity when people decide that it is one of the best things they have ever seen, hopefully.
Right.
As regards to Bible Illustrated Hands, I decided to post more on this on main channel. I will occasionally post there, but it will be very short clips, very short questions and answers, and so on, because I think that this channel is what the Lord wants of us. So it is a common endeavor now. So those are the big things. I do apologize for the lack of updates. I will explain why at least I was busy, and I hope that M will also share what was he up to recently. But a video will come out on Friday at the latest. I have we have been. I need to learn how to speak. Us, we instead of me. Um,
Just
we
tap
have
into
recorded the
your
video.
ego and start speaking
Yeah.
about yourself in like
Well, this is why people need to do things together because it deflates ego by automatism. Less I, more
true,
us. So
true,
yeah,
true,
so the
true.
video was in the works for the longest time. Never, I don't remember that I have ever worked on a video so much, and it's a pretty good video, I think, but don't expect an animated feature or anything. But it will be there soon. Don't worry about it. I need to check the notes. Yes. Okay. Um,
Now you have notes. How things have
well, we are
changed.
trying to get more professional. See, I have a nice Christmassy shirt even.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
always like wearing black, so I don't think
yeah, I don't think I've
that's
ever seen you in anything else.
well, black and gray, all the happy ones.
Well, all of the post 30 years of age colors, 50 Shades of Gray, occasional gray blue.
Well, fact is, B, we didn't really post on the Church Mouse Chronicles YouTube for some time, and
Yeah,
there's many reasons to that. Life has been challenging,
yeah,
but also things have there's fruits from these tempting times and challenging times. So I
yeah,
think we owe people who followed us on Church Mouse Chronicles to at least the briefest possible explanation on why we were away.
yeah.
So what's been going on? Be except movie dismemberment and other things.
So, what I was busy with, I will go through this rather quickly because there's a lot of things, and none of it is really all that important. But during my day job, we got a visit from our international partners, which took a toll on my free time as well. Then I had to do some freelance work, which also took a very nice toll of my time. Then I had my birthday. Happy birthday, me. And I make a big deal out of my birthday. Like, I would feel at home in Hobbiton, how I like to celebrate my birthdays. It's insane. Um, so that also took considerable time, and as you guys know, most of you, I think, um, I have moved in August, and man, taking care of one's home takes time.
Even as
Kudos
little as
to
yours.
all of housewives out there and house guys, house husbands, house people,
Hausmeister.
house humans. What?
Hausmeister, like the I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a German Hausmaster, right?
yeah, 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 yeah. That would work.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
okay. Okay.
So it was simply insane, but luckily we prevailed. So what were you up to?
Okay, I'll do the short one as well. Almost quit the job, then end up I didn't quit the job. Made some huge changes. By the way, I hear an
Yep.
echo. Are you playing
Sorry.
this? Are you playing
No,
the
no,
stream somewhere?
no, no, no. Actually, I wanted to check how it looks in person. Uh,
Good, good.
and also, I need to post the link on other sociables, which is something I always forget. And people
Oh,
are,
nice. You
yeah,
can do something you always do, which is not listen to what I'm saying.
precisely.
And while you make that happen, so
Great
yeah,
joke, Ken. Great joke. Yeah, the thing you said was great.
hey, at least I'm trying. Okay, okay. So yeah, they didn't ended up not quitting, which was a good move. Made many changes, professionally, and then bought an apartment. Yeah. Um, then
That's big, man. That's big.
I was then dropped into what I refer to as the administrative hell of Serbian bureaucracy. Um, and I'm currently in a bit of a administrative hell with entities like IKEA and others. Planning a
Entities.
kitchen, so easy. No, we'll pay for professionals. They will measure things for us and help, and they mess it up. Yeah, buy real estate like a boss.
Uh,
Actually,
you
I'm gonna
know,
make a case on why it's the perfect time if you're in Serbia, for example, to buy real estate. Like,
I
I'll
hoped you're going
explain.
to say, I'm going to make a cake. That was a disappointment, but do go on.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a cake um like a pro tip cake, a tip cake. No, tip
That's
jar. No.
borderline
Okay.
dangerous, like a cake with a bunch of broken toothpicks in it or something.
Why? 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 Why though?
Tip
Why?
cake,
Why
like a
not
cake
just a?
filled with tips.
Yeah, but you eat the cake and you read the tips. It's like a fortune cookie, but it's just a cake, and it gives you like a useful thing rather than what you get in a fortune cookie. What
I
do you
like the
mean?
chewy middle part of the fortune cookie.
Yeah, obviously we ate different fortune cookies, or it's a joke that I didn't, which I'm not sure if I picked up. As you know, my humor.
I ate the paper.
Okay.
Tell us about, how I don't think I would ever buy kitchen, pre-made one. I would over measure it, specifically kitchen, because
You can't buy a pre-made kitchen unless you have pre-made space and it all fits. Like that's never gonna happen.
well, yeah, I'm clearly not a kitchen purchasing pro, a kitchen procure pro. So
How did you do your kitchen? How did you make your kitchen?
by
What did you do?
measurement, of course. I
By
had a
measurement.
carpenter.
Okay, so you got some, and how long did it take?
Eternity and half.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I actually want to move there because it's a bigger apartment and the kids get their room. We're no longer gonna sleep in the same room. You know,
I wanted to say you're going to
that's
move
it.
into a kitchen. I mean, I know you're in a rush, but man,
Man, the way my wife envisioned the kitchen initially, like you could potentially live there because it's huge.
how
Like
big did she plan it?
it's huge. Like it's huge. I'll show you. It's just huge. Um,
Briefly
somebody
show us.
somebody says they're looking in joining an Antiochian Orthodox church in their town.
Tolkien Orthodox Church?
Well, it's the
Wait, who?
same thing.
Who?
Uh, Manny J. Hi, Bible
Mm,
Illustrated. I've enjoyed watching your videos, and I'm looking into joining an Antiochian Orthodox church in my town. Is there a good resource?
Antiochian. I understood you said Tolkien Orthodox Church, and I'm like,
Yeah, of course, I said Tolkien Orthodox church. Um,
behold! Wow, we never had this. Wow,
yeah,
this thing
we
is
did, we
useful.
did, we did, but
No,
we
no,
never
of
had
course we
like
did.
live
Of
stream.
course. Well, Manny J, if that is your real name, I suggest you read The Orthodox Church by Bishop Callistos Ware as in goods, that is how you spell it. Callistos with K. I think it is the gateway drug to Orthodox Christianity. I think that huge majority of prospective converts have read the book, and it's invaluable. I suggest you start off with that. By the way, joke from cinema Grace. You have no idea. I like that.
Oh, that's a good one. Thank you. Thank you. I was like, today I marched into IKEA literally. I mean, we'll talk about it if time permits, but I was like
It permits.
out of my
I permit it.
mind. You permit it. I was out of my mind as to how they mess things up, and I already asked like where do I complain like, and then one lady who worked there like I just bought water from her
Okay.
because I was thirsty, and she was like she was smiling, she was in a good mood, and I was like, damn it, now I
And you
can't
weren't.
yell. I can't yell at people now. Like I got positive energy, accidentally, and I can't yell anymore.
You
But
know, M is standard Stafford smiler of the bunch. So you
yes.
know, what I like about M is that he's always grumpy, but he's probably one of the best people you can ever hope to meet, and that is how this friendship lasted.
Hold on. You just said I'm always grumpy?
Well, not always. Sometimes I don't see you.
Look, dude, you say I'm grumpy, and literally 90+% of our communication is you ranting about something.
I, okay, I want to I want to inquire what part you're always grumpy implied that I'm not always grumpy.
No, it's just coming from you. It's just I don't know. I don't know.
Listen,
Toss a coin
listen.
to a witcher. Um, IKEA. Um, your birthday. Why is your birthday such a big deal? Why did I miss your birthday? Was I sick? Right?
No. You were like,
Ah, because of COVID.
yeah,
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 because there were going to be people at my birthday
yeah.
party, and
Did you
you didn't want to
did you
risk it.
like? Were you mad?
No, why? I mean,
Just I mean, I'm asking.
no. I would never be mad over such a thing.
I've had people get mad for me saying sorry. I don't.
Well, you can't you can't control them, but I have no issues. I would prefer if you were there, but I completely understand, and I know how consistent you are. Like whenever there's a crowd, you do not go, and I'm fine. And in the end, maybe you simply don't like to hang out with a bunch of people you don't know, and we can hang out one on one. So I
True.
literally would never complain about such a thing, even though there are people who mind that, but that's their problem, really.
Fair
What?
enough. Um, you know how many winters we had without snow?
All of them except two since 2000.
Exactly. Like we never get snow during the winter anymore because our climate changed, and like I have ideas why that happened, but it's a long story.
it's it's a controversial.
It's a controversial. Um, but we had snow like 10 days ago,
Oh
and
man.
it lasted it like every year. Every time snow actually happens, like everything stops in Serbia. Like
Yes,
like
it's
things that
insane.
that are supposed to explode, they explode. Things
Yes.
that it's just I don't know how to best put it, but we have like a meme-ish saying,
It's a
you
meme. It's
know,
a meme.
like how the snow, was a surprise to the communal service, even
Yeah.
though even though it wasn't because we too in Serbia have weather forecast, and it was on point, like
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And it snowed, and everything stopped, and things happened, and the joy of seeing snow, like I have two kids, like you can imagine,
Hmm.
gets gets very quickly. overthrown by the sheer disappointment you get in how you can't do anything. You can't move. Like the buses ain't working, and
uh, uh,
and then
by
then
sheer
then the snow melts.
incompetence.
No, no, but you know that you expect that. But
Yeah,
when the
true.
consequences are this big, as in people are left without electricity and it's snowing, and like
Yeah.
the sheer quantity of snow is ridiculously huge,
Hmm.
and then the snow melts. Like you didn't even get like 24 hours to properly play with it. Like you built a
Oh yeah,
snowman, the snowman was gone tomorrow, and everything, that happens when snow melts,
yeah.
the muddy snow thing. And that's it. Like you get it for 24 hours, you enjoy it a little bit, but you don't really because everything, nothing works, and then it melts, and that's about it for snow, I think, this year,
Uh,
this
I had a
winter.
crazy day that day because it was Sunday, so the church day for those of you who do not attend church. So recently I started baking prosperas for my chapel. Those are bread we use. Those are loaves of bread that we use for the Eucharist. And I called the priest day prior. Hey, do you need those prosperas? And he said, yeah, yeah, we would need them. Okay. So I wake up and everything's covered with snow, and I'm like, oh man, I would really prefer not to go, but I have to. So I call an Uber. It drives me to the chapel. I give the prosperous. We have the service, the divine liturgy. The service finishes. I call an Uber and I go home. Later on, I need to go to my parents, and I'm waiting for public transport, which is relatively functional, but there are no trolley buses, there are no buses, nothing's working. I start calling Uber, absolutely no response. I walk to my parents' home. I barely get back. No Uber, no bus, no trolley, no nothing. And then like everybody's complaining that there's no transportation of any kind in Belgrade, and and they're like, I got a drive immediately when I called in the morning, and like, okay, the Lord really wanted me to get that bread to the church, because everything other was such a chore to go through. And there was this genius tweet that was going on Serbian Twitter: Harry Potter and the freak taxi car, like they were impossible to find, total collapse, and
Yeah, but of course you couldn't find them because like they were blocked, like they were blocked, you
they
know?
were blocked, or they weren't working, or they were like, hey, no chance in hell that I'm out in this snowstorm. It was just that
Absolutely.
insane.
I drove to church in the morning, you know? I drove to church and it was like it wasn't easy to drive to church, but when I was going back, I was going
Yeah.
downhill, and I just passed a line of more than 20 buses.
Oh man.
Like it
uh
was complete collapse. Like my friend who was supposed to join us after church because he went to
yeah.
another church and then he was supposed to join us after church. He couldn't come.
Yeah.
Literally, there was no way he could have you know gotten there in that direction. So I was
Yeah.
lucky that I was able to get home.
And that reminds me of a big aspect of that snowstorm: felled trees. uh
Oh yeah, yeah.
so many trees and branches fell when I was going home, because I simply kept making the sign of the cross and praying to my guardian angel, please protect me, because it was such damage. A friend of mine nearly got killed because a walnut tree fell on his car, and it
Wow.
missed his head, the trunk missed his head by, I don't know, 5 inches or something like that. It was insane. I was actually very surprised that nobody got killed that day. I really thought that You hear everywhere that branches falling, trees toppling over. Yeah, but again, it's so strange because we are talking about this winter like it's this amazing thing that never happens. While you and I both remember how when we were little, it was snowing all of the time.
Yep.
So it's
Yep.
like climate change in personal first-hand experience. I don't want to go into the political aspect of it,
Yeah,
but there
that's
is.
what I try to avoid. But it's
Yeah, yeah,
so
no, no, no.
obvious. Now when you think about it,
Yeah,
look, when we were
yeah,
kids, we were constant during the winter, we were constantly in snow.
yeah.
Like you
So
lived in, you built igloos.
yeah, like and
Try to
snow.
build an igloo in the 21st century
No,
in
well,
Serbia.
no, it would be only possible on that Sunday because only then you have enough snow.
Yeah.
The very next day, no
And
chance.
on the mountains where, snow
Yeah, of course,
still
of course.
happens to live.
Yeah. So it was completely insane, and Milos mentioned already that we lost power. Will you have the honor of explaining why we didn't have power? No, no, because it is such a stellar example of utter incompetence of a lot of people, and
I I I I just don't want to talk about that, to be honest. I just don't want to talk about it. So we have
I don't want to talk it. So we have,
we have this
please do.
interesting we have this interesting thing about Serbia is we've never had more idiots, and I'm really not joking. Like I'm not even, you know, blowing things out of proportion. We never had this many idiots in positions of importance, right?
Yeah,
So like this regime, political option, whatever you want, they they built their power on the backs of um, not very competent people, and a lot.
to say the
And
least. To say the least.
since these got them to power, they kind of owed them to get them jobs and positions, especially jobs where they can be corrupt and.
Yeah.
So you, as you can imagine, as my brother would say, like all the worst students are now in power. You know how in school you had those just bad students, and you just know they will forever be like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, they are now in every single institution, in every single position of importance, and that reflects on many things in our daily lives. And in this particular case, I don't even know, man. How do you make that mess? Like we draw a huge part of our electricity from like, so we have we draw the least from renewable sources, as in like dams and the windmills thing. How's it called? It is a windmill.
Yeah, but how much do we even use windmills? I don't know. I don't know.
We
I
do,
don't
we
think
do, we
we
do, we do. You can
really.
literally like build one and then rent it to the state. Like,
Well, this
yeah,
is a pleasant surprise. I know that you can do that for solar panels, and I would assume it's technically possible for windmills, but I really
yeah,
did not expect that we use them in any, you know, recognizable percentage.
absolutely. But it's still not the majority of,
Of
like, the
course.
majority is still coming from basically, burning coal.
Yeah.
And then at some point, instead of burning coal, somebody wanted to burn mud. Like, that's the easiest way to explain this. And if you have machinery that is built to burn coal and turn it into energy, and you put mud instead of coal into it, bad things happen. So bad things happened, and the rest is history.
No, but because what they did, they put a guy who was an owner of a roast place, a roast restaurant, to be the CEO of one of our most important power plants. And of course, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Except the whole country wins stupid prizes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but this guy is so funny because he has this hole in his forehead, and it really, really looks like a USB port, you know? And like the number of memes, like obviously you don't know who the guy is, you don't care who the guy is, but then when when things go wrong, he is tortured by the president, being put on the spot and being like, what's his name? B, do you know what his name is?
uh, I forget and I don't care because
Doesn't matter.
both of them deserve to be tortured over it,
No, no,
not just
no, no, no,
him.
no, 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 of course, but don't judge. Like God will, just. But the point is, it was like he's been put in the spotlight by the president, being like, so, you know, tell them what happened. He literally said that, yeah, B turned 21. He literally said that, the guy is going to, quit after that. He like the president saying like, "Don't worry, the guy's gonna quit." Like, yeah, we're not worrying. And then we have like
You put him there. Like you put you're the
of
issue.
course,
You're
of
the
course,
issue.
of course, of course. Hey, don't get don't get heated. Like it's all good. There's nothing you can do about it except
I'm not grumpy all the time, okay?
like I offer you two choices. Choice number one, vote. Obvious. Choice number two, assassinate the bastard. I mean, he's already claiming that everybody wants to assassinate him. So you
Yeah,
know
that's true. Like,
you would basically make him make it. You would facilitate him telling the truth for the first time in his life if you would really trying to do that. He's
yeah.
like, they're trying to assassinate me, and B's like,
Well,
finally he's
I
saying the
honestly don't think that anybody's trying to
of course nobody's trying to
assassinate him.
assassinate.
But I assure you that a lot of people are daydreaming about like, oh, it would be so. But it's just sorry, Cam fell. I
Yeah,
apologize.
thankfully all the other countries are just fine.
Uh, you know,
all
um,
all all of them are just fine. All of
you
them.
know,
Awesome. Australia is awesome, for example.
I, I have to say this live, but when the Taliban returned to power in Afghanistan, and a plane of refugees went to Australia of Afghani women, and I'm thinking like, why Australia? You literally had more movement in Afghanistan. Like if you have a male relative, you can at least go out. I mean, it's so. I mean, okay. I don't want to turn this into another COVID episode. We had more than enough of those, and
No,
I
no,
think
I
that.
don't even want to mention COVID. What is that?
Okay, I apologize, but yeah, it was. At one point, I thought that basically Serbia is the sole hellhole, in my immediate vicinity. But now it's more than apparent that this is a worldwide problem. Of course, everybody will think that their country is the worst because they're experiencing its problems and none of the problems from the other countries. But this is just
This is just
dandy.
Serbia being the worst, and that's all.
Yeah,
Like that's all. Like
yeah,
everybody else has it better, obviously.
yeah,
I mean, right, right. But you know, to go back, like really, guys, the dude has a USB port in his forehead. Like it's perfect. It's of perfect shape. It's just how do you get that?
yeah.
It's crazy.
No, no,
Um,
no. And it's everywhere. You see a lot of incompetent, really incompetent people
yeah.
taking on really important functions in this country. And I know that a lot of people complain how America is right now, but I do not think you have anywhere close to what we have here right now.
Yeah, it's
For
a matter
all of
of
your failures,
it's
you
a
know.
matter of competence, right? Like
Yeah,
if you were mentioning America, like you guys have a lot of mean people over there. That's something that I can say, I think, with certainty. But but there's also a lot of competent people, really competent.
Mhm.
Like they might be mean or evil or doing the wrong thing, but that's subjective. But they're at least competent, right?
Yeah.
Um, but no, like this is just nuts. And also, did I mention I smashed my car a little bit? Like I was in a rush and there
Oh,
was this huge bus that was making a turn and its behind is just too big.
and you're grumpy.
But
You know,
today I pressed my horn several times, several times. Something like this, pam, 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 pam. That's how I did it. And a lady, take that with a grain of salt, by the way, when I say a
mhm.
lady, actually stopped, pulled out of her car, her mini something car, like, and wanted to argue. Did I tell you that?
No, no, you told that to me, but and I know
Yeah, but I'm
that.
gonna send you a recording when I get to, like, I'll pull it from the camera. And my wife
Okay.
was with me, and she's like, tearing the seat belt, exiting her car, and she's like all makeup and crazy. And I was like, I'm pulling down the window, and I'm like, okay, you stepped out of your car. What is it that you expect is going to happen now? That's literally what I asked her. Like what is she gonna do? Like she's a small lady in her 50s
Yeah.
exiting a car, blocking traffic so that she can, show me the finger. Why? Because I pressed the horn. Road rage in Serbia. Like I can guarantee that she is a wife of one of the ruling party people, or some in some way connected, or working incompetently in one of the public communal community structures or something like that, because that's literally their mo. They can do anything they want. They're not scared of anything. Like, trust me, if I was her, I would be freaking scared of me. Trust me, when I'm angry, I would be scared. I'm just saying. She, nothing. She's like, I was with my wife and we were both like, this is not happening.
No, no, no. There's that great word, flabbergasted.
Flabbergasted. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Flabbergasted. No, but really, like, what was she thinking? Like, if I was an idiot, like if I was a deranged person, I could have like thrown her off the freaking bridge. Serbian Karen.
And
No,
I just read that comment.
but no. Look. From everything I've seen, that a Karen is supposed to be. A Karen is somebody who will bark at you and be like, "Arr!" but but you can tell off a Karen. You can be like, move, I'll slap you or something. Like, but this lady, I think she represents this very specific mentality of, which is very common for people connected or part of the current regime or ruling party. Like, just, I can do anything, you know.
Yeah.
She wasn't complaining or anything, trying to explain to me a principle or something. She wasn't. She was just demonstrated she can do anything, as in she can stop traffic in the middle of the rush hour, and to, tell me something. I think she's like, I think a kid calling her a Karen is a huge understatement. Now
Yeah.
I have to find it in me to somehow pray for her. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I have to find a way.
I developed a life hack for this sort of situation when I really hate somebody and I need slash must pray for that person. I like to imagine that person being born, like they're a really cute little child just being born and everybody's just like really giddy and happy about it. And like, what went wrong from that point to the point that she will stop her car at a bridge, meaning causing a major traffic jam, just so she would argue with you, And maybe prayer will help her move along back to where she began. That's how I do it. It helps me. Maybe it won't help you, but
No,
or
it's like my problem is when a situation like that happens to me, which is an intense situation, my blood pressure went up or something. Like I have a huge problem to shake it off later. It could
yeah, no,
it
no, no.
could
It's
it
lingering.
could
It's
be
lingering. Like,
days, it could linger for days, months, sometimes
mm,
years. Like
yeah, I
what
know.
I
I know.
could have done, and I keep going through what the worst version of me would do and what the best version of me would do. I think I was
Okay.
very close to what the best version would do,
Okay.
but I've wanted to do what the worst version would do, which is so
Um, uh, that
is what
reminded
it
me of
is.
a great tweet I saw. Like, my 5-year plan. One, lay out the plan. Two, blank. Three, blank. Four, blank. Five, and then they'll all be sorry.
My colleague actually had a I think he posted this on Instagram or somewhere. I don't know. But he was like, no, like this year, I'm not gonna be making any like New Year resolution things. Like it's enough. Like I never freaking do anything about. Like I never fulfill them. They're always too ambitious, impossible,
Yeah,
blah blah blah. And then especially when you sit down and really think, like 2021 flew flew very fast. Like, first of all,
yeah.
it's a proof that time flies fast even when you're not having fun. That's one.
Yeah.
And the second of all, it was so similar to 2020 because of everything, and it looks like
I agree.
2022 is probably not going to be that much different. So like what New Year's resolutions? Like seriously.
Hey, hey, I know that we
I'm
traditionally
gonna be
have.
a better man. I'm gonna be a nicer person.
I'm going to
Blah,
lose
blah.
weight. I'm going to work out more. I'm going to
Right.
be
How did that
forgiving.
work for you? Previous 15 years or so.
I'm going to stop
That,
smoking. Or if you're not smoking, I'm going
exactly.
to start smoking.
Let me give you these so that you can really feel the pain. I'm going to pray every day. I'm going to pray more.
At least, start with I'm going to pray at all.
Yeah, start with I'm going to pray. Like, don't go into details. And that's the problem, right? There's so many things have been happening left and right, and the world is on its knees, and they're like, what can you do? So the
Well,
best,
pray.
exactly, you
I
can and
mean,
you should.
the only thing you can do when you cannot do anything at all is to pray, and that is really the best answer in all of situations.
Fair enough, but
If
it's
you can
also
do
both the
something,
first and the last do thing you should do, and
yes,
that's
yes,
that's what don't just pray when it's tough. I mean, we all do it, but you should,
hopefully.
it's the most
But
hypocritical
if you
thing I've
can
ever
do
said.
something, yeah, like if you can do something, pray beforehand, pray while you do it, and pray afterwards. And if you can't do anything, just pray.
I'm
And I do
confused.
think. Hmm?
I'm confused by a question. I want to ask for clarification. Maybe
Okay,
you
by the
know.
way, there is this great, I don't know if you have it, favorite option. So I have been favoriting the comments we can read later.
Aha. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. I didn't know you can do that.
yeah.
So somebody asked, do you have any ripped anthro dragon ladies in Serbia? What?
I
What?
don't know what those are, but
Okay, okay.
I,
Oof. Okay, I'm like, I hate those situations when somebody thinks, oh, this guy's sitting on, living under a rock or something. So yeah, I honestly, I don't know what the ripped anthro dragon ladies are. But I think if we had them in Serbia, I'd probably know. I
yeah,
know what ripped
precisely.
means.
So,
I know what ripped means.
yeah. No, no, you know what
Ah,
every
I
individual
know that.
word means.
Ah, animals humanized anthro.
No, we don't.
Wow. Wow. Okay. No, we don't. Okay. Okay.
Actually, speaking of New Year's resolutions, I think I did pretty well. Discounting the fact that I did not lose weight, I did get a place of my own, which killed the channel. I am sleeping more. I'm attending gym much more often now, and already these two things are very good. Recently, my prayer is more regular, but I don't want to talk about it because it's so shifty. You can get regular for a month and then for a month, no. So I don't
No,
want to
tell
mention
us
it.
about how you're perfect and pray every day. Nobody else does. No.
It's a
Look, if
long
you
story of
really,
my perfection,
fulf-
but it all started when I was born, when I was immaculately conceived.
oh,
Um,
Господи. Uh,
but yeah,
I
anyway,
know. Blasphemy
uh,
alarm. Blasphemy alarm.
yeah,
We
we
have to
need
have these
to.
effects if we're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be doing these live streams.
I'm
Sometimes you
pretty
need
sure
to.
that there is a way for us to. There is a brand button. I'm afraid to click it.
He's
What will
born a
happen?
gym bro now. I think he was a gym bro in 2020.
No, 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 no. But I never attended as regularly as I. Oh, let me show you how I look without the shirt. No, I'm. that, this is not this type
Yeah,
of channel.
yeah, but it's like you're tearing the shirt, and instead of
I'm not
gym
wearing a good shirt
bro,
ever.
it says gym
Never.
troll.
What?
What?
What did you say? I'm a gym
What? What? I didn't say anything.
gym
I did.
troll.
What?
Okay, fine.
Why would I say
Play
that?
coy, play coy. But the thing is, I am doing. I am much more productive. I want to say I am doing better. Who knows what's better? But two big things: I'm getting much more sleep, and I'm working out much more. And these are, as I said before, one of the reasons why my upload schedule was that skewed, because I did not have the time to dedicate more to content creation, and I'm sorry. However, those things are getting settled, and you're simply bubbling to say something. I can feel it. Just say it.
No, I'm looking at a comment, man. Like I'm
No, no, read
laughing at
it,
a
read it.
comment. Jim Goblin.
you know Jim Ogre,
I
Jim Behemoth, Jim Ancient Behemoth.
Hey, what's your gym status? I just started. I'm just a kobold. Jim
I
Gremlin. That's that that's that guy who like sabotages everybody's machines, like puts more weight and stuff like that.
Oh, no, no, no! The worst kind, the ones that talk to you while you work out. Like, guy, I can't breathe, much less talk. Jim peasant. By the way, and in Heroes, how peasants are like the worst of the worst. They're
Heroes 2.
basically under skeletons in flesh. That's their primary use to be converted.
Yeah, we call them in Heroes of Might and Magic. We used to call them meat. Like it's just meat.
Yeah,
It's meat.
yeah. They literally did not serve any other purpose, but it was fun. Let
Hmm.
us read some of the comments officially, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Boyan and Milos, have you ever serviced at Saint Sava Cathedral? And if you mean by this helped during a service, no. If you mean attended, then no.
Yes,
You were?
of course. You were never
Okay.
at
Okay. No, 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 no. Wait, wait. Mike, load game. Have you ever been at a service at the new cathedral with all the mosaics in place?
with all the mosaics in play. Like you mean
Well,
in the lower section?
I have been to the liturgy and the crypt, and I think M2 at some point. Did you?
I was at the I was at the left church. You know when you go in and you go left and there's a
I'm not counting that one because it was still when the cathedral was unfinished and it was simply underwhelming. It was huge, but like cold and not all that pretty. I think that mig strabitiel is referring to when it was actually finished. By the way,
mig
mig
20
strabitiel.
один истребитель.
Okay, you know it better
I think
than me.
I think I read it well. Please confirm, people who speak Russian or similar
Jimmy
language.
illustrated.
Jim, no, it was like somebody said bench press illustrated.
Yeah, I have been to the liturgy in the cathedral, but when it was unfinished, I've been to the crypt when it was finished, and it's still very beautiful. Maybe that's too much gold for my taste, but again, still very pretty.
Exactly what I would say. Exactly what I would say. It's brilliant, but also kind of just too shiny.
Too shiny, yeah. But still, if you're in the West and you did not have the opportunity to attend a fully painted Orthodox church, it would definitely be the most beautiful church you ever worshipped at. So yeah. Um, Next one, Nicolae Balboa. I salute brothers in Christ, Orthodox Cross. A Romanian guy from Germany, smiley heart, Orthodox Cross. Hello from Serbia.
Salute.
Salute. Jovan, dobroveče, dobroveče.
Dobro večer.
Everything Christianity. Happy birthday, Mr. Boyan. Happy birthday to you too, Everything Christianity. More? This is really useful. Come on, you read some. I mean, I'm going to post it, you read.
Yeah, sure. Hello, I discovered and binged the Bible Illustrated in the time you've been gone. Great channel. I learned a lot. I also want to say I binged Bible Illustrated myself as well and learned a lot. And the
When
it
did
was
you
actually
binge?
the reason why we connected again after like a bunch of years of not really speaking that much.
I was half expecting, I mean, not expecting, but yeah, I also binged, and then that is why I decided to become Orthodox.
No.
This one's for you.
Sigma Milosh buys real estate like a boss. Yeah, it's a perfect moment.
Do go on.
I'm still reading. I just watched the earthquake video. Wow, I'm happy you guys were not heard. The earthquake video was last year, right?
I think so. I mean, oh no, I think it was in 2019, but like in December.
No. I think it was in the middle of the pandemic because you and I were doing like I was at
I
my
no
office.
May. It could have been May. Yeah, I was wearing like a short sleeved shirt, so that's how it
Yeah,
happened.
that's what
Yeah.
I remember. No, I don't.
By the way, a short story behind that video. I was begging M to put that video apart, like a short from like, and he's no, but maybe people like guy. We had an earthquake on live video. Like, are you out of your mind? And okay, fine. And like in 3 days, it's the most watched video on the channel ever. I think it might even have more views than all of others combined. I mean, it's horrible, but people like bad stuff happening online, like in
Yeah,
person.
and you will start seeing that clickbait thing with Bible Illustrated. It's not gonna be Saint whoever. It's gonna be Saint whoever, and something with a clickbait or something like scorched someone with his eyes or something. That's how we're gonna name things.
You won't believe who Saint George killed.
Twice.
Yeah. Oh, Two grumpy mice means a podcast that is nice.
Oh, this rhymes. This is so cool. Cinema
This
grace.
rhymes, but also two grumpy mice actually is a really nice name for a podcast.
Hmm.
Maybe we
Must
should
make
rebrand.
more podcasts.
Well, we are making one now, aren't we?
I don't know. I don't know what this is.
You?
So the hellfire is getting closer. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is. I think it is.
I mean, like Saint Jonathan Peugeot would say, like, this world is going to get reenchanted, and that does not necessarily mean in a good way.
Yeah, there's a company in Sweden who builds
Suicide
microchips
plot.
which you put on your hand and they contain your COVID passport. So yeah, the world is definitely going in the right direction.
To
One could argue.
smithereens.
You know,
No, but
it's either gonna be the last times or there's gonna be like a revolution shift. People are gonna not allow it because like the governments are infringing on our privacy and whatnot. Anything's possible from this point, but
uh,
one could argue that we are really going in a certain direction, closer to hellfire.
I want to have this comment on screen while I share two nice stories. By nice, I mean not at all, like anti nice. The first story is from my personal trainer. I'm not going to say who he is because I'm still very fat. So,
That's
um,
really anti-commercial.
no. During every training session, I tell him like, you have to start paying me not to say to which gym I attend.
Why Saint XYZ is the chosen one?
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
I was
Anywho,
inspired by a comment. It's a shameless steal.
okay.
Do go on.
So he was driving, and suddenly a bunch of snowballs hit his car. And he gets out, and he sees a bunch of kids, which were like 14, throwing snowballs at his car. And he starts chasing them. They run away, but because he knew that neighborhood very well, he took a shortcut and he jumped in front of them and managed to grab one of them by the hem, of the shirt,
By the collar.
by the collar. Yeah, sorry. And the kid is like struggling, and he's like, why were you throwing snowballs at my car? You could have made a scratch. That's really expensive, And he, gives him a lecture, and like he like just go, and he lets him go, and the kid opens up his jacket and pulls out a police baton. How do you say it?
Baton.
Yeah, not one piece, but the one that you have like to shake in order for it to extend
Oh,
completely.
that's a particularly nasty one.
Yeah, but because he's 14, he couldn't do it in one swish. He had to do it like in a couple, for it to completely extend. And then he points it at my trainer and he's like, "What are you going to now, you C word? Are you going to beat me up?" And the trainer is like watching him is in disbelief. Yeah, what are you going to do now, you P word? And so on. And like, listen, kid, and like they're so close together that he would have no opportunity to actually swing it at him. So
It's the same as the Karen as people say
yeah,
of my today situation. Like what do you expect is going to happen now?
no. Listen, Karen is overbearing. This kid is like is going to end up in newspaper, God forbid. And he says, "Listen, kid, you pull that thing away, or I am going to have a talk with your parents." Well, my dad can beat you up, and he would. And he like, "Kid, scram," and he turns and leaves. But you know, okay, throwing snowballs at a moving car, okay, that's par for the course. But having a police baton, like, where do you get it? If he pulled out a kitchen knife, okay, again, really problematic, but you know where one gets a kitchen
Uh,
knife.
I'm so tempted to say it's all the parents, but then I might be, uh, you know, putting myself in a bad position down the
Uh,
road
what
because it
did
might
you?
not be the parents.
No, no,
Sorry?
I know that there's a lot of people who simply assume that kids are like carbon copies of parents, which is really not true. Like,
Or a consequence of parents.
yeah,
Um,
I mean, it's really complex. Sometimes the worst parents have the sweetest kids. Sometimes the sweetest parents have demons, and that's story number one. The second story, and a lot of people from the chat probably know about this one, is what happened in Illinois Capitol building, because they installed like in the wall a nativity scene which was blessed by a Catholic bishop. They installed a menorah around the Statue of, I don't know, Liberty, for example. And there were a couple of other like religious installments. And guess who also had their exhibit put up?
the Church of Satan.
Yeah, I mean Satanic Temple, but distinction
Well,
without a difference. And it's like this like demonic beast man, like from Warhammer, like ram-headed baby. you know and this is precisely what I think that only can be solved by prayer, because Satanism, as in Church of Satan, Satanic Temple, is a troll
it could be solved with a
organization.
hand grenade as well, but yeah, I agree. Prayer
But
is definitely better.
no, listen. I would also solve it like that, but that is again where you get into a problem. That is when they start to claim, see, they're the aggressive ones, we didn't do anything, and look what they did. They're the bigoted ones, they're the hateful ones. Baphomet calls for tolerance and peace and joy. It's
Goes
like,
with peace with a like a scene from a horror movie. We call for peace,
precisely,
right?
precisely.
No, I
So
get
yeah,
it, but one should avoid having preconceptions about who Christians are, because what
yeah.
you kind of implied that people should expect Christians to be, you know, tolerant and good people and whatnot. But I have to reiterate this for the millionth time. Christians are people of flesh and blood, just like everybody else. Just hopefully with a little bit more knowledge and conscience about their own sinful nature and the joy of knowing of and knowing God. So, but it's all the same. Like you mustn't have expectations from Christians just because they're Christians. You mustn't.
If
Just
there's
saying.
one major pet peeve that I hate, absolutely hate, and I think that everybody here will agree with this, that is like somebody says something incredibly blasphemous, Christians get riled up, and everybody goes, "Oh, but your Christians are supposed to be forgiving," and I'm like, I'm going to strangle you, then I'm going to forgive you.
My favorite thing to say is like quote the Bible and say I didn't come to bring peace but a sword. Sorry for the translation. I
you
love
know,
that part.
no, I hate.
I know, but I use it to annoy people on
No,
the
no,
other
good,
end.
because they probably won't know what it refers to, so it's
Of course
useful.
they won't. Of course
You
it's
can also
full.
use that one. The branch that does not bear fruit will be thrown into the fire.
Exactly. True. Um,
Okay.
and by
Should
the way,
we?
somebody mentioned El Fodoros, if that's how it's said. I am not
Oh,
blocked by that man.
you're the only one. I think that out of the whole Twitter, he can only see you.
But the thing is, like, I don't necessarily post Christian content, and I very rarely engage discussions on Twitter in general, but
No, I
especially,
think that is why you're the sole unblocked piece of cheese.
yeah.
Yeah, but Orthodox
Yeah.
Stars is great. Had a great comment. Saint Marina or Margaret needs to come and smash that thing. Have you seen icons of Saint Marina?
Yeah.
like her holding the devil by the horns and literally smashing it with a hammer.
Yep. Smash, smash,
Justin,
smash.
that is Zealous Seraphim. That is very not nice, but also very funny. You will be blocked, but we will laugh while we blog. Not
There's a
because we're
very
blogging.
very practical there's a very practical question from someone regarding Slava.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
I think
Uh,
these should be res- like it's important to answer those questions. I'll read
okay.
it in English. Boyan Milosh, it's very possible that I will be spending a year and a half in Poland because of my studies. What should I do regarding Slava, or when my patron saint day comes? Is there a rule on how to prepare the cake?
Hmm.
And there's no
And
rules.
what's your take?
It's all about the sacrifice. If I remember correctly, what the priest reads when you bring the cake into churches, please accept this sacrifice. It kind of symbolizes what an animal sacrifice would be in the Old Testament in a way.
Mhm.
So B, now you can give the scientific
Well,
explanation.
you can find a lot of recipes for patron saint cake online. Simply, do a search for Slavsky College recept. But essentially, it is a general white bread with, some ornaments. And
Doesn't have to be though, but
no, no,
you
no.
probably we probably should because it's easier to
Yeah.
manipulate.
You know, I think that these ornaments are relatively recent. I don't think that they're like 100 years ago. You would have like ornamental cake. Uh, I suggest you go to church on that day if you can find an Orthodox church, and maybe simply ask a priest to bless your cake. And you also need to bring kolivo, which is like boiled wheat, very easy to make, and also a small bottle of red wine. Red wine is readily available in Poland. I think there are some Catholics in Poland, right? Yeah, I think that they might have some red wine there.
They might have a channel which only shows the Pope. They might.
By the way, when we were in Greece, like there were liturgies on 5 channels out of 7, whole day. We called it like liturgy
Yeah,
24/7.
the alternative, if you can't find an Orthodox church, is to go to a Catholic church, the bigger the better, and be like, ha,
Bigger the better.
and be like, ha, look at what I have and you don't, because that's about it. I
No,
mean,
but yeah, technically it would be preferable for priests to bless the cake and kolivo and so on. However,
Orthodox
in
priest. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, of course, Orthodox priest, but in of part Serbia or wherever Serbs are in the Balkans, it's not even all that customary for a priest to be involved in the ceremony. So my suggestion for you is try to bake uh, um, uh, a
Smaller cake.
smaller.
Don't
It's called
follow the
smaller cake.
recipe because you're gonna make a huge cake, which you're gonna have to eat yourself and then get fat. So don't make the
Yeah,
thing, decrease it, adjust the recipe,
yeah. It
make
really
it
depends what you have access to. If you don't have access to an
exactly.
oven, maybe go to a bakery and ask them to make you like a cake with maybe a bit of honey in it or something like that, custom. uh, if you can't attend the church, then simply, say a special prayer to your saint. You can read the troparion, the kontakion, maybe even an anecdotes if you have time.
If you can
uh,
sing the troparion, even better.
yeah, precisely. And as I like to say, for when I wish somebody's patron saint day, may saint whoever keep doing such a good job as she or he did previously. So thank your saint, because they were there when nobody else was, you know. So
I'm
like,
sad because of a question. I know I'm skipping questions and somebody is probably being like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah." But
okay.
unrelated question, do you still play D&D these days?
Oh no, the painful
No,
one.
we don't. I play board games, but not D&D.
Yeah, but even those, like, no, a friend of mine actually invited me to play a Warhammer campaign, and I think I will, but
Really,
at
Warhammer? Ah, come on.
Warhammer's great.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's not. Okay,
Hey,
Warhammer.
speaking of Warhammer, do you know that they're removing any references to beholders and mind flayers using slaves?
Wow.
Yeah,
In
because
what?
slavery is
D&D is
bad.
the sixth edition? No, slavery never happened. Like, let's erase it from the books.
I mean, yeah, they do it because they're evil. And like mind flayers, like they literally lobotomize people when they're not
Look, let me tell you
literally
something.
eaten.
Let me tell you something. There's something IT people use, programmers use. It's called a code repository. It's a way for you to track, when you're, programming something, let's say, and you're tracking changes, and you have different, branches in a tree, something like
Mhm.
that. And since forever, since the early days when the code repositories have been conceived, the main branch was called the master branch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now nobody's calling it like that. Nobody is calling it master by default. It's main,
Well,
and you can understand why.
no, I can understand why, but I don't think that is a problematic decision. I mean, it's sort of silly, but I don't mind it too much. But
No,
when
it's
you start
ridiculous.
to,
It's ridiculous. Like people changing default setups of entire cloud based services to adhere to a ridiculous thing that master can be interpreted as master from a master and slave relationship.
yeah,
Like,
you know, why I minded this thing. Uh, if you remove slavery, and I saw a comment that it's actually from Pathfinder, not D&D, uh, is that you're basically eliminating the concept of evil, in a game. And if you watch a thing like Sailor Moon, it's very clear cut who is evil and who is good. And of course that the world is more complex than that, but it's not like it does not exist, and we know from experience that the both are very existent, um, and it's useful to have these distinctions, because then you know what to strive for, what to avoid, what to oppose, what to promote, and
you
like
you
imagine you
can't
like,
hide racism, for example. You can't
yeah,
just
no.
decide like one day, nope, 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 there ain't gonna be any, no, there ain't gonna be any, no race, no, no, and you're like,
Because if you don't, if you hide it like that, what can happen easily, that you will have a new branch of completely grassroots racism, because there was basically nobody to say this is bad for this and this reason, and so on and so forth. And of course you can
no,
go
this
too
is
far.
forbidden. No, it's
No,
forbidden.
but if you can't talk about it, then a lot of issues will pop up, if you can't talk about it. Okay, moving on. We're going. Boater Mike, Serbia has real problems. Nothing like that ever happens here in the US. And Petros,
Good
he has a
for
similar comment.
you.
Grace is fine, always has been, always will be. It's easy when you are at the seaside and you simply don't care. Like, you have, you're enslaved to I mean, you are to Germany. you are to Germany. But you have the seaside, you don't care, you're just relaxing, cats and taverns and feta. What else do you need? Uh,
Tomato.
Tomorrow. Uh, Heather Green asks, "What's the status of medical freedom in Serbia and our neighbors?" We are very lucky.
Yeah, we are in that sense that we
Yeah,
have
we are very lucky.
it's two sides of the coin, as they say. On one end,
Yeah,
these guys are super incompetent, and you just want them to disappear one day, magically. But on the other hand, we can't say, that we are even close to things that we're seeing in Australia, Canada, Western Europe, like
and
for example,
and
Germany,
for
Austria.
yeah, and for all of the incompetence of our government, we never had a statement like the White House had a couple of days ago.
Yeah, oh
I
my
could not
God.
believe my eyes. Like,
Oh my God.
are you happy you're killing people? Like, that's not the way to have a proper statement to motivate people to get vaccinated or
No, but
whatever.
it's also scientifically not true. It's like it's not a fact. So it's an opinion. But yeah, like we said we're not gonna talk about that. So yeah,
No,
we
no, but
have
I want
we
to
have
mention.
a high level of medical freedom.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, even though vaccination is very aggressively promoted, but I can't really say that we've been losing our freedoms. Like you do have the COVID pass, but
Yeah,
you have to use it
you're.
if you're like drinking coffee or eating at a restaurant like after 8 p.m. So
But I'm going to tell. I was invited to this party, and mails were going around who is going to attend, and a lot of people said that they can't go because they're not vaccinated and they don't have COVID pass. And then basically in person, people kept saying, "Feel free to attend. There won't be any issues." Wink, you know. And today I was with a friend in a cafe. Hi, Eugen. If you're here, I know you're not, but still. And and the waiter came to our table at 8 p.m. and he said, "Do you guys have the COVID pass?" And we said, "Yes, we do." And we went for our phones and said, "No, no, 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 no need to show it. I'm just wanted to know if you have them." And that was it. So even with COVID pass, you still sort of can go places. That's it. But yeah, enough of that. Uh, M. Solonika, you do remember her from the show, I do hope. Resolutions are best if they're more specific. I want to build the strength to do a pull up in 2000 in 2022. Yes, this
if
is
they're if they're specific and simple, as in
yeah.
it's a
Doing one
simple
pull up.
goal. It
No, but this is a really smart resolution because to do a pull up, you need strength and you need to lose weight. It's great, you know. It's actually two. It's two
pull up
resolutions
is
in one.
terrible. Like pull up is hard.
Yeah. Okay. Can you do a pull up?
Yeah, one for
I
sure.
assume you could. I can't. I simply use the
I
bar
can
to
I
stretch.
can guarantee one. Everything after that I don't
No, no,
remember.
no. But one is still pretty good. Where's there's one, there's five with enough exercise.
No,
But doing
I
the
could
first
I
one,
could do it even when I had 20 kilos more. So I
no, no.
bet it
That's
would be
great. That's
easier. It
great.
would be easier now. Maybe I could even do two.
Oh wow.
Probably
Boyan
needs a
needs a
custom
custom
soundboard.
soundboard. Flush sound.
Yeah, blasphemy alarm.
Oh no, no,
Um,
we have to do that one.
like that
Uh,
one. Like we need to build that.
M, do the father.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Father George Googe. Uh,
I always read it like a Father George Googe.
if a gym chain requires you to have a particular home location that you must go to, you'd kind of be a gym gym surf. Hold on. You need to have a particular home location that you must go to. Gym surf. I'm gonna have to Google this. English fail. Surf. What is a serf? A
Kmet.
member of a servile feudal class bound to the land. Oh, okay, makes sense. And to the
No,
will of
kmet,
its
bre.
kmet. Da, Господи.
Običan kmet.
S- No, you know what? It's such a potent thing to say to someone in Serbian. So
Yeah,
now, when I'm rereading this, knowing what the word means, top notch.
yeah, but yeah, like when you read it. Oh, wait, uh,
Oh, gosh.
I'm trying to scroll on my. Oh, wait.
Wait, why is everything about wait with you? Did you
We
freeze?
got a super check by Felix, and we're going to get $5 each. I wish there's an
Uh,
animation like confetti or something. Thanks,
what is a
Felix.
super check? I remember I did that to write you a message when you ignored me on one of your live streams.
I wasn't ignoring you.
From my perspective,
I
you
was
were just
ghosting you.
being mean. Yeah, yeah. Uh, we'll stay friends. Block, unsubscribe.
Okay. Uh, because it's a super chat, we have to give them precedence. Sorry, we like rich people. Felix Fairmont. That's such a not sounding name. Felix Fairmont.
No, you have to
It's
read it
also a
with
presidential name.
With a British accent. Felix
Yeah,
Fairmont.
that's so,
Fair. It's fair. Fairmont.
okay. Because the first time you read it, it sort of sounded French, and you know what British think of the French.
Can't sound fair. Like French would be Felix Fairmont.
Vermont. Thank you,
Fairmont.
Boyan, for your videos. You helped me towards the Orthodox faith as an inquirer and even to ask how to join the local church where I am. Look forward to more reliquaries from you. Oh, I am going to make more reliquaries. Thank you, man. And I'm glad that you found the videos useful. I do plan to make more reliquaries. They're coming eventually.
My new favorite word. Surf.
Surf, yeah, it's great. I need to show this dumbbell illustrated. It's great because it's dumb, it's bell like church bell, and it's a dumbbell, and it's illustrated. It's
It's good.
everything.
It's good.
If I ever
It
want
has layers. It's like an onion.
like a fat person, it has layers. So like me, if I ever make a weight loss channel that starts out really with enthusiasm but slowly morphs into a mukbang channel, I'm going to call it Dumbbell Illustrated. And this is a great one from Orthodox Artist. Wait, Orthodox Artist, I know you from Instagram, I think.
You just said that.
No, this one, sorry. Daniel Gr. Question: favorite meme of 2021?
Mm.
I have
Oof.
problem remembering a differentiate. Oh no, wait. I like those two guys on the bus.
Okay, okay,
That one's
okay,
really good.
okay. But hold on, I'm actually so bad at memes. I'm actually so bad that I can't remember. But that was such a good one. I have some like internal memes.
Okay.
I sent it on our group. You know the group that we have
Yeah.
called Make Boyan Laugh. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Who called it like that? I'll try to
Well.
find.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, this one. Like this one was like literally a couple of days ago. Like when you realize
I.
2022 is pronounced 2022. That's actually
uh,
very good.
I really like those two guys on the bus, and the sad one is looking towards like the rocky mountainside, and the other is happy looking outside of the window and watching a beautiful sunset and landscape. And the original caption was happiness is a choice, but man, the parodies of that one. Um, my favorite one, like both guys are happy, and the happy guy who's watching the rocks on the side is like geologist, and the one watching the sunset is photographer. Like they're both happy, and my favorite, but it's so dark and nihilistic and everything, but I laughed so much. Like the sad guy is watching at the rocks and it says goes to therapy. And the second one is clearly the happy one is holding a gun under his chin and blowing his brains out. It was so dark. I did not want to retweet it on Twitter, but I have to get it out of my system. I was laughing at it and laughing. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm a horrible person, actually, very often, but I
Very
have to put
often.
on my best front. I liked red flags. Like there's a quote, you know, all the
Hey,
religions.
the question was favorite meme, a meme. What are
I
you
have,
doing now? You're
fine.
demonstrating. You're demonstrating your memeness.
No,
Memeness.
I'm
Meme
actually scrolling a
fool.
list of popular memes.
But you should emphasize one. What are you gonna do now? Listen to you
Sometimes
go on
there's a
about memes.
tie.
Well,
Sometimes there's a tie. Oh,
sometimes there's a tie.
M, the Oprah. When she's having a Prince Harry and Meghan
And
talk
Meghan
show,
Markle.
and
Yeah,
her
yeah.
like that one was so good.
Oh yes.
And there was one great uh, like Prince Harry and Prince Harry and Meghan are like Muslim. I mean, they're all Muslims, and and Prince Harry says, "And by Allah, I do not tell a lie. This man turns into a pickle," and you see like Oprah in like a hijab.
You do encounter ridiculous ones. That's for sure. That
Okay, I
that
won't
I
go
can
through memes,
confirm.
but yeah, this was a really great question. Okay, this is a great one. Looking back on this year, what are you most grateful for? You know what? Myself personally, because the crazy COVID situation we had here, keep that thought, funny man. I'm
No,
so
but it's
grateful
like,
that
what are you grateful for? And you started myself personally.
uh, it's pleonasmus, okay?
Okay,
I'm
okay,
really
okay.
thankful that all of my family members are fine. Uh, my aunt had a stroke, but she's fine. My dad had a heart attack. He's fine. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Theotokos. Thank you, Guardian Angel. Thank you, St. George. Thank you, everybody. And follow all of your prayers and everything. I think this is the most important thing. And again, whatever you may think of COVID, yes, it has a low chance of mortality, but it does cause strokes and heart attacks afterwards, and you can't attribute this specifically to having COVID. I mean, it is a consequence of it, and I'm still glad that we pulled this another year.
I'm actually grateful for all the usual stuff, which is my
The
family
community, the
and
grace, the
and
love, the
and the
mercy.
people who surround me in general. And also most grateful for the apparent God's love that I feel, and it comforts me, and it makes me not go insane, which is actually very
Thank you,
important.
Miss North
Very important.
Carolina. I'm sorry, I
You're
can't
a
resist.
terrible person.
I know. In short, we are grateful dead. Have either of you seen The Chosen? I haven't. I did
No,
hear a lot of great things about it, even from the Orthodox and Catholics, but I myself did not see it yet.
I'm Googling and I'll see what it is.
It's a show about
Interesting.
Christ's life, and a good
Really?
one. Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Hmm.
A show,
It
like
has,
a TV series.
well, yeah, series. Yeah, it has a bunch of new material not covered by the Gospels. Okay, just kidding. I mean, it does. It has to have because it's difficult to put it on screen. But
Oh my God.
what?
Look at this summary. A charismatic fisherman struggling with death. A, tr-
Oh,
a
oh,
troubled woman wrestling with demons. A gifted accountant ostracized from his family and people. In this groundbreaking first season of The Chosen, see how Jesus reaches each of these and more as he works his first miracles and embarks on his ministry to change the world. See him through the eyes of those who knew him. This is the
okay.
lamest possible description I could have ever
This is a
imagined.
callback to like that explain a movie
Wow.
badly.
Wow. 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 Wow.
uh,
Okay.
a guard job at a tomb goes awry, goes south. I mean, like, is that a horror movie? Like, is that a religious drama? Is that
They
the
they
biggest story in Hollywood?
crucified him and he was
Yeah,
supposed to be dead, but you will never believe what happened next.
yeah, precisely.
Let's move forward.
If you guys
Dungeon
like
World.
D&D, you should check out Dungeon World. It's pretty cool. Thank you. We will.
Dungeon World.
Dungeon
Wave
World.
hands like a Muppet. Is that it?
Actually, this oh, I haven't seen this one.
It's a tabletop role-playing game. Gather some friends and embark on an adventure. Play to find out what happens. That's a good description. Classic fantasy adventure. Talk about what matters. Game Master's Toolkit. No dead ends. Award-winning design. I am in.
By the way, I like their designs. I mean, it looks like old, like first edition D&D.
Thank you, Sunny Meadow.
Yeah, thank you, Sunny Meadow.
I'm totally going to look into this. Bookmarking it now.
Daniel Gr, my spiritual father, Serbian bishop. Red flags. Sorry. Recently said that many Serbs unfortunately mistake Slava for a sort of dogma. Would you confirm that or no?
Yes.
Yes. Like without a doubt. Like so
It's a
many
yes
Serbs,
from me. You have big two yeses.
yeah. No, like so many of them never attend liturgy but make a huge deal out of their Slava. Like, I mean, Slava is great, but it needs to be, you know, in its proper place and context, not.
Yes. Not in a kafana. Please do go on.
Okay. Dushko N, sorry. What is your opinion of the Macedonian Orthodox Church? Should it be its own thing or return to the Serbian Orthodox Church? M, do you want to answer this one?
Sorry, I was
I was fighting with somebody in the comment section. Like, answer the question.
the Macedonian Orthodox Church is the same thing as the Montenegrin Orthodox Church, which is a joke.
No, don't. Okay.
Well, look, Montenegrin Orthodox Church is a joke. It's a joke and
No, no,
not
no, no, no.
not a funny one.
Oh, no, no. Wait, did you say Montenegrin?
Yes.
Oh, no, no. Yeah. Oh, no. They are a joke. Literally. Yeah. No. Oh, no. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Okay. I
Yeah.
removed the question.
So it's a controversial thing to discuss about the ethnic prefixes of the Orthodox churches. Like I don't necessarily have an opinion which would differ from what is the general opinion in the Serbian Orthodox Church, which is of course, you know, deal with your differences and figure out how to be in communion, or just don't create schism or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Myself, I think the most important thing is to heal the schism. So whether it means returning to Serbian Orthodox Church or being its own thing, but still in communion with other Orthodox
That's the
churches.
same thing I said.
Yeah, but I'm the Bible Illustrated, and you're just some guy I met on the street.
Oh
You're
God.
just some guy who raided my fridge in my mountain cabin. Uh, Church Possum Chronicles.
Uh, uh, it's all good.
Okay. Heather, Heather, again with those questions. Heather, have you seen that musical, Heathers?
Many in the US are
Right?
fighting this, and most people are not okay with Great Reset crap. Can I say crap? I already did. I said
No,
crap.
you can't. You did
Many
twice.
concerned about being denied basic medical care or suspension of the Bill of Rights. Can you go outside the country? We can, but not everywhere. And I personally, I probably can't go almost anywhere because I am not vaccinated.
Yeah,
So,
but it depends which country you're going to. Serbia by itself isn't much of an issue, I think.
yeah,
I think you can easily go to Egypt. Do you want to go to Egypt?
maybe someday.
By the way, like US having issues with denying basic healthcare, isn't that like standard thing in the US? I'm sorry. Oh, you know writer of world renown, Dan Brown, writer of Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, Infernos, and other horrible books. What on earth have you here? Please stop writing. I'm planning on visiting a local Orthodox church for Christmas this year to write a book. It'll be my first time attending a divine liturgy. Well,
And
may
a
the Lord bless.
glorious time it
Yeah.
shall be.
Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say it, Christmas is here. No. Um, MP Bailey, bless you both and thank you for your work. What M's work, MP Bailey? Oh, we have a member of a parliament here too. Nice. Wow, we have a famous writer, an MP. Wow, we're going places. Robert wakes back. It's time for me to go to Holy Mass. Please pray for me that I do the will of God with joy. Well, Robert, may the Lord bless you. May you and all of us do the will of God with joy because it's easier and
Amen to that.
we serve the Lord with pure heart. Heather Green, any known Orthodox prayers for animals slash livestock and farmland? Uh,
I know a prayer book that has prayers like this, but it's in Serbian and it's
do you
it's
have
too
it?
far away.
No, no, no. But if you after the live stream, snap it. I'll translate it and I'll put it in the community section. Would that work, Heather?
I can
Heather.
try.
Okay.
I strongly believe that I've seen such prayers there. So
Oh,
yeah,
sorry. Well, Heather, are you there? Heather, are you with us? Knock two times for yes.
a terrible, terrible person.
I give necromancy lessons on my other channel. M, this is for you. Uh,
Slava is a Serbian custom of celebrating your patron saint and eating like crazy.
this is the best description ever.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but ironically, it doesn't have to be a patron saint. It can be a feast day. Like some people
True,
have
true.
like Ascension for their.
Yeah, or the
Uh,
transferring the remains of saints.
yeah, but that's still that saint, But sometimes it's really a feast day. But those are relatively rare. Generally, those are saints.
Like
And
to me,
you,
it's like it's an event, right?
yeah,
So
It's not a problem, it's a challenge. I love corpus speak. Like I love it so much.
Yeah, true, 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 true.
So yeah, we celebrated. We take this special loaf um, to church with wine and boiled wheat. It gets blessed by a priest. We ask the intercession for the saint, and the priest prays for the entire household, living and dead. We go home. We prepare a nice lunch for. Technically, it should be for whole friends, family, and local community. But with cities, it's generally people you know. So in city circumstances, you don't accept strangers. But
Unfortunately, I didn't make Slava this year and last year because of the pandemic.
mm,
Um, and it
no, yeah, but it's different. And this is for you. You can not answer it.
We actually had an episode of
Ah,
Church
yeah.
Notes Chronicles on the original channel where we actually discussed this. So to cut it short, I
I'm
strongly
sorry.
believe that I do not need the vaccine, and I am not convinced in the risks versus benefits analysis that has been presented by the mainstream.
Hmm.
And when I'm looking at things that people say and do publicly, I'm very, very careful, and I'm always doing some research to figure out, you know, what's the interest people have in saying something and doing something. And I can clearly see, very clearly, economic interest in pushing vaccination, pushing booster shots, forcing vaccination, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, all those elements, starting with the first one where I don't think I need one, especially
Hmm.
since I had COVID myself. These are the most important ones, in an attempt to cut it short. I mean,
Yeah.
there's medication now. You don't really need the vaccine. Just say.
Yeah. But it's interesting. I haven't noticed any controversy as regards to COVID medicine, anything close that we have with the vaccines. That's really interesting,
Of course,
at
because
least
the
as of
the
yet.
the space is overwhelmed with vaccines, 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 vaccines.
Yeah.
And it's really, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. I don't think I put vaccinated people. I don't. They're not in danger of me because
Hmm.
they're pretty much at the same danger of me as they would be from another vaccinated person. So,
True.
um, and also to be very clear, I actually respect. I do my very best to respect things like social distancing. I wear a mask. I even wear a mask to Divine Liturgy. I'm one out of hundreds who don't. Nobody
Hmm.
ever had an issue with that. We are all very normal about it. And I wear a mask because of others, not because of me.
Hmm.
I have two kids who go to daycare. I'm constantly being exposed to a million of viruses.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm protecting people from these as well.
Yeah.
The shortest I could have ever put this. Thank
Yeah,
you for
but
your question.
I think it's sufficient. I mean, you have explained it well. So Shike says, Molitoslov, or the Book of Needs, has all the prayers in response to the livestock prayer, but it is in Serbian. Don't know if there are any livestock prayers per se, though.
We'll try
Uh,
to translate it for you.
yeah, I mean, there are definitely prayers of that kind in the Book of Needs or in the Great Book of Needs, but these are for the use of a priest. Um, Again, we will try to find some and put it on the community section or Twitter. No, no, no. Twitter, it has limited number of characters. It will be on the community tab. Then Brown says, "I got high
Damn,
school
bro.
flashbacks with those auto references." Yeah, I don't envy you, man. The local Orthodox church is Rokor, but there's also Serbian one a little further away. Yeah, I'm always so happy when I hear that people actually have like an option of multiple Orthodox churches in the West. Because it
Because
is
then
so
you can
rare.
go church shopping.
I mean, okay, I know it
Okay,
sounds
no, no,
bad.
no. Church surfing.
Oh no, that sounds even worse. Yeah, but so many people have a hard time locating even one, and sometimes even like for example, if you're in Indonesia, where do you find a close
Yeah,
church?
these are
And
actually not easy questions at all.
no. Actually, I do plan to make a video on what to do when you want to become an Orthodox and there is not an Orthodox church in, I know, hundreds of miles around. It will definitely be one of the most difficult videos to make ever. And I do plan to get input from as many clergy as humanly possible because uh, um,
It's a
it
sensitive
is
topic.
tedious. And I would preface that video that that video is simply provisional and should not be taken like sort of a dogma, which is general for YouTube. But this needs to be especially emphasized because it is a very personal problem for a lot of people, and it needs to be recognized. I said earlier that it would be ideal if I know a lot of Orthodox bishops came around and they all sort of organized these checkpoint chapels worldwide where priests would attend maybe once or twice a year for baptism, instant catechesis, or something, liturgy, confession, simply to somehow make it easier for people who want to become Orthodox worldwide, even though it's poor boy's dream, you know. Wait. Funny thing is, I live in a city that's the headquarters of a massive heresy. Is it Salt Lake City?
How are you picking
Is
up
it?
these comments? You haven't skipped things, no?
No, I mean, there is
Oh,
this one that I did not show. Siege Heavenly. Is my church a cursed image? Greek Orthodox label, 90% Serbian and Germans. People know Latin better than Greek. Building the legitimate synagogue. It's an
fine.
overwhelmingly Protestant country. How do you mean, is my church a cursed image?
Yeah, I'm wondering about that question as well.
Can you please be more specific? I mean, are you saying that it's cursed because it was a synagogue and everybody is Protestant around you and people know Latin, you know?
Because if
So yeah.
that's the question, not. It's not cursed.
Oh, but a nice comment. I'm raised in an Orthodox family, gone atheist. I was never baptized. I got to faith 3 years ago, and then getting baptized in a week. So glad to
Congratulations.
hear that, Alex Julian. Yeah. No, these are the comments that really make my heart go all radiant. Especially in these dark times when people return to faith or find it or whatever, however they. No, it's okay, Alex. I know. I delete my tweets like 3 times because I always mess up something.
Oh my God, when he does voiceover. Dear
No, wait.
Lord.
You made a mistake in the video that I'm going to post because I made a mistake initially because I said, and it is clean cut. I sent a correction and you ignored it. It was meant to be it's clear cut, non-clean, not clean cut. I'm going to remember that forever. Forever. Oh, Daniel Gr, and he's gone forever. Well, okay, guys. As regards to the first part of the video where oh, he's back. Please say a short prayer for me. I might be chrismated on Christmas in January. Okay. Dear Lord, bless Daniel. Amen. Okay. Uh, he wanted a short
Mine
prayer.
was even
What?
shorter. Mine was even shorter, but it's still
Help
a
Daniel.
prayer.
Amen. Help Daniel. Amen. No,
No,
no.
I'm
Or
more like when I encounter like all those tweets where people are like pray for me, I'm in a very bad
yeah.
situation, something like that. I always say, Господи помилуй. Like thinking about
I'm
that person. That's pretty much. Yeah, I'm
I'm
not that big of a.
no, I'm trying. I'm trying. Whenever I see a prayer request online to at least say an Our Father, it's difficult because Twitter sort of recognized that I tend to like prayer requests, and its solution is, well, this guy really likes prayer requests, more prayer requests, and like I don't have time for all those prayer requests, and like the stories you hear, oh man, you're so overwhelmed with such tragedies. Very beautiful news like births or conversions, chrismations, but whatever. But much more often, sadly, with illnesses, deaths, tragedies. Yeah. From Alex. It's an interesting story in Bulgarian, and I'm a teacher in the UK. I came to the faith in an evangelical church. Then I started exploring Orthodoxy, and here I am. Yeah, it's mm, not that often unusual.
It's not. But also, I know two things about the Bulgarians. One, that you guys are all backstabbers.
No, okay. Oh, mercy.
I just said. Sorry, I just
No,
said
no,
to.
no.
We joke like that all the time. And the second thing is that I know that in Bulgarian, when you want to say bug, you say bubulechka.
Really?
I think so. Can you
Okay.
can you correct me if I'm wrong? But I think it's bubulechka, like a bug, buba.
I like it. Okay.
I liked it so much that I remembered it. I had like a project during
Mm,
college, and I had somebody from Bulgaria, and I remember that it was so cute.
okay. We need
Ah,
to
I'm
wrap
right.
up because
Thank you.
Mhm. We need to wrap up because it's past midnight and I'm going to turn into a pumpkin. So, was naar eins von vier. I'm 15 and in an atheist family, and I have told them about my wishes to go to the Serbian Orthodox Church next to my school and get baptized and be a member of the community. Any tips?
Don't
Mm,
tell them until it's until it's all done. Pretty much what I do if I
yeah,
was 15 and in a position like that. When it's done, it's done.
yeah.
What can I say? It's
What
so
are you going to do? Unbaptize you?
like.
Do dispel magic? you know, it's difficult, but you know, um, from my personal experience, they will mind you going to church, especially when it conflicts with like family events
Even if
and
they say
fashion.
they don't mind, they will.
Precisely, they will
In the
mind.
beginning.
Yeah, yeah. They will mind every showcase of faith, the sign of the cross, the incense, them knowing that you pray, fasting, and so on. However, do know that regardless of how much they oppose it, they will get better over time, even if it took like 10
100%.
or 15 years. Yeah,
They
I
love you.
remember how, yeah, they love you, hopefully. And no, no, because sadly, once I got employed, I realized just how lucky I am with my parents. I mean, they're not perfect people, but they did their best, and they love and they still do love me a lot. And sadly, very often that is not the case with a lot of people. I mean, loving is there, but
Sorry,
doing
it's
best.
unimaginable to me.
No, I
But
know, but it's sad, but it's true. So, regardless of their opposition, it will get better over time. The best advice is not to do, not to poke it into their eye like buying tons of icons. Buy one icon and stick to that icon. Like I
true.
made a comment. Watch my video, Icon Corner. It's one of the most recent ones. And
And
there's
also
a advice.
convertitus. Watch
No, no,
that
no, no,
one as
not that
well.
one. Not that, but Icon Corner. But also watch convertitis. In order to prevent some behaviors that
True.
really irritate non-Orthodox members, like buying lots of
No, no, no.
Orthodox
But
merch.
they irritate both Orthodox and non-Orthodox
No, no, which
members.
is ironic. Like you think like, well, if I get all of the merch, I'd be more Orthodox. Well, Lord Christ is
Yeah.
like, don't have broad phylacteries.
Yeah, and also know that you potentially having like a eagerness, like desire, the need, feeling the need to, do those things, like buy a bunch of icons and start saying, uh, God willing, prefacing your sentence with God willing and stuff like that. Um, it's normal.
Yeah,
So absolutely, absolutely no. Like you are discovering something, you're entering a new plane, and it is, boy, it is a new
yeah,
plane of existence, a new way of new way of thinking, new way of understanding things. And
yeah,
just give it time. Don't always give it time.
yeah.
Easy.
Um, let's move on. Shitke, what's your opinion on the new Serbian? I get this question on every live stream, I swear. Bible translation from Dr. Milan. I know you haven't read it. Thank you. I'm more interested in your opinion. Should more modern translations sort of replace the old ones? Mm, you know, it mean what does it mean to replace? I do believe that all translations have their place. I also think that modern translations need to be made. Sometimes words change meanings, and I think we should prevent any obstacles to new people coming to faith and like them hearing very archaic words. But if it is a more beautiful translation, if it's more true to the original, why not? I don't know. I think that should be the guiding principle.
But boy,
Hello.
and you must have an opinion on everything. You know that, right?
And I am willing to share it. I am willing to share it. Willing. Okay. From Megiddo Eubanks. Blessed Nativity, everyone. To all of you celebrating Nativity on the wrong calendar, Christ is born. For all of you on the revised Julian calendar, on Gregorian calendar, uh, may the infant Christ bless you all to the prayers of Most Holy Theotokos and Saint Joseph, the three magi, and the angels who attended the Nativity. So yeah,
And
we hope to
also
celebrate.
drink some mulled wine.
Oh yeah, mulled wine, and it's fasty too. You can have it in the during the Advent fast too. By the way, Siege, if you ever finish that story, please forward it to me on my email address. I would like to read it. Uh,
Apparently.
I don't
Uh,
have your position. You have all our prayers and the prayers of all the saints, fathers, angels. Okay, I like this one. All night stream, all night vigil. Okay, Lane. Kind of jealous of teens coming out as Christian to atheist families. When I was an edgy teen, I did the opposite to my Christian family, and they were devastated. It took many years for me to return to God. Well, yeah, but your faith became stronger. I wouldn't say, it. I do honestly believe it became stronger as a result. So, there is a place even for that. If the prodigal son did not, ditch his
become
father,
prodigal. Uh,
prod- yeah, he might never have realized just how much his father loves him and what a great place the house of the father is. Sometimes, sadly, that is part of our human nature. Sometimes we need to fall away from God in order to realize how much we need God. You know?
as we say here in Serbia very often, God
Yeah.
allows us to transgress, to sin.
Yes.
we exist because God allows it. So He allows that as well,
Yeah,
and we are punishing ourselves, and
precisely.
sometimes going the roundabout way to figure some things out.
Yeah. I think we're going to wrap up with this one. Heather Green, how common are spiritual mothers in the church?
I'd say not very common.
Yeah, to be
Not
quite
many
honest, outside of uh,
monasteries.
female monasteries, yeah, I don't know of anyone in Serbia having a spiritual mother. I don't say it's all that common. I mean, technically, uh, uh, you can have a spiritual mother, but it would still necessitate a priest to hear confessions, and out of convenience, I would say that a lot of people would simply opt for an Orthodox priest for their spiritual guidance. Um, I know, to be quite honest, until I went to Wikipedia, I never heard of a concept of a spiritual mother, not counting like desert mothers or really or uh, you know in the sense of spiritual direction. There were, of course, very influential women, and very holy women, of course, in the church history, but for spiritual direction on personal basis, I do not know. So maybe somebody else would um, answer this question more in more detail, but not me.
It's just not a construct or an institution we are aware of.
Yeah.
So not
Hi,
common or
Chopo.
non-existent.
M, it's Chopo from Among Us. Is was the book Bible ever used in Serbia? I think it is was. I
Uh,
mean,
Vuk Đurić,
yeah.
they translated the Old Testament, right?
Uh, I I'm not sure.
And then the New Testament is also their translation, but with like revisions or something from one of the synods or something like that.
I'm not.
Yes,
I
so
need to
important.
refresh.
Très important. Très important.
I'm Bible illustrated, not Bible knowledge.
Not Bible written, not Bible translated, not
Yeah,
Bible revised.
I might try that when I reincarnate. Yeah, Chapo, we know, but
Yeah, we know which Vuk. Uh,
there there's only one the book.
so I believe the answer is yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I
Danicic is Old
use
Testament, Vuk is New Testament. Yeah, yeah, yeah. With
okay.
revisions from the Synod. Yes, correct. Thank you.
Yeah, yes.
Shke.
Th- I'm not going to say it. Um,
It's
guys, I
shke.
think that's it. Thank
Right.
you all. I think this is one of the longest streams we've ever had. In part because the webcam is working, the microphone is working,
You're
the
welcome.
streaming software is working. Sorry,
I said you're
I didn't
welcome.
hear.
Welcome.
And most importantly, thanks to M and his ineffectual prayers. So
Prayers. Prayers.
the prayers of this mongrel. Um, so, thank you all for dropping by, for listening to us talk. Who's your favorite child now, Mom? um, please pray for us. We will pray for you if you deserve it. Please be nice for Santa. He prays a lot for all of you. Don't disappoint Santa. Nobody likes to see Santa cry. So,
Why?
what? What?
Okay,
And
okay.
and please be aware, Santa is not above using physical violence. You know it's true. You know that's true.
Um, have a blessed Advent, right? Is that how you
Yeah,
said?
yeah, yeah.
You who respect the alternative calendar. Um, and happy Christmas.
And a happy new year.
No,
I like New Year. What?
yeah, okay. I like New Year as in they used to play good stuff on the telly.
Yeah, I
Uh,
wanted to say tally too for some reason.
yeah, right, right.
It's a great word. It's a great word.
It is. It
Yeah,
is.
yeah. It's a nice word.
Um, yeah, very nice word. Have a great rest of the day slash evening, and a very happy Christmas. And yeah, I think we're gonna see each other a bit more often, hopefully, God
Okay.
willing.
Okay, guys, and yeah, as Em said, I wasn't listening to him, but yeah, I do hope that we will see each other much more often. And may God bless all of us. Bye.
Do you know
Is
how to
look
end the stream?
No, no, no. I'm looking for end broadcast. If that doesn't work, I'm going to unplug the computer from the wall. Oh,
I'll
here
just
it
I'll
is.
just freeze. I'll just freeze.
Okay. Okay, I ended it. Man, those people are so annoying. Oh God.